Happy New Year's and cheers to 2025. So, sorry, I'm just sipping on my hot cocoa here. And I first off should introduce myself. Hey, I'm Jennifer. I am a travel advisor who specializes in Disney vacations, as well as a high school English teacher and a mom of 3. So if you're wondering, okay, what am I doing here? This is actually my first YouTube video, and I wanted to kind of go over my why for wanting to go over to YouTube. So I've been travel advising now for about 2.5 years, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I love oh, sorry, my little gnomes there were falling over. I love living like vicariously through my clients' vacations and helping them plan. But then I also just really love helping people out. I generally just really enjoy being that, just, I don't know, a teacher in me. I just enjoy helping, giving knowledge to others. And so that's why I wanted to expand to YouTube. I do have an Instagram account. It is Roller Coasters and Pixie Dust. I did start that back when I started my whole passion project of travel advising, and I just was having a hard time. Oh, thank you. Sorry, here's my 3-year-old. You can, okay, Mom will wear that. I'll put it right there. Thank you. You say hi. Hi. Okay, you were supposed to be having rest time. Can you go watch your show? Sorry, he kind of was fighting nap time today, so we're having rest time. If you know, you know. If you have a stubborn child, strong-willed, it'll be good for them in the future, but right now, help me. Right, okay. So anyways, so that was kind of my why, that I just really want to help people, because I've been seeing a lot of cores of the internet, especially social media, with those Disney groups that can turn negative, that misinformation can spread really easily. And I just kind of wanted to start not only being a little bit more longer formed for more information to help you all out with traveling and planning your trips, traveling with your kids, etc. But yeah, I just wanted to start this up. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm really gushing my whole life story, I guess. But it really, I just wanted to be, kind of a little corner of the internet that is positive and hopefully spreading as much knowledge as I can to help you plan your most magical and wonderful vacations. So, this is actually going to be a series that I'm going to be starting, and then I'll get into some vlogging too of our trips. So this series is kind of just basic Disney planning 101. So like my first video here, I want to do where should I start? And so this video is kind of Q&A style. So hopefully questions that you may be having can be answered in this video. And I will be posting 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays all throughout January. It will change a little bit in February because I will be vlogging, but I also will be sprinkling a little plan and prep with me, as well as kind of these Q&As and more informative type of videos. So if that's something that you are interested in, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and alert button, whatever, so you are notified when I do put out new videos, since kind of sparse I have only one. Anyways, so moving on here to my little Q&A of where do I start planning? So you obviously, if you are watching this video, you are very much thinking of going on a Disney vacation with your family. So where should you start? And when should you start? So first off, the biggest is the when. I always tell my clients, especially if they're contacting me and they're like, ooh, we may not think that we're going to be going out until 2 more years. Should we start thinking about this? I say yes. As soon as you start thinking of, okay, I want to make this happen for my family, start planning. And it can just be the very basics, like putting some fun money away into savings for your trip, or contacting a travel advisor like myself, because we can say, hey, I know that you don't want to travel until, let's say, 2027, so a couple years from now, but you could be in my books, and I can get to know a little bit about you, and we can have a conversation when your booking window opens, because typically Disney opens up with their reservations about 11 months in advance, but sometimes travel advisors get busy with clients and don't take on new clients. So it's just good to get in on their radar, and just starting to research your trip too, is another big thing. Secondly, sorry, I have some notes for myself. I'm like perusing over here. I had how early can I book? Well, typically around 11 months out. Like I already said, that was my second big question that I had on there, and I answered it because I just decided to write down questions and not answers, so I get a little rambly. I digress. Anyway, so my next question is, what should I book first? My hotel, my tickets, or my flights? I always say, as a rule of thumb, to book your hotel and your tickets first. And that is what is known as a Disney package. When you book a hotel and at least 2 or more park days. And it is super nice because it just makes it easy, right? That, okay, when should I purchase my tickets? And no, it's just all done together unless you are only doing 1 park day, which is not usually the case unless you're a weird Disney nerd like myself. My husband and I will go and we'll just do a Disney spring day and then go to 1 park on a short weekend when we're not with the kids. But when we do go with the kids, we always go 2 or more days. Anyway, so see, I'm digressing again. And I say you should really book all 3 if you can at once. However, with domestic flights, typically you will see the best prices about 3 months in advance of your trip. But just make sure again, when you are thinking of, okay, I want to go on this trip, start watching Google Flights for your best time as well as your best price for the airfare. So for example, I have a trip in August to Disneyland for my family, and I already booked our flights because I found a great time where we don't lose a whole travel day, as well as the price really I don't think could be beat. It was really great price, so I decided to buy it early. So yeah, like I said, hotel and tickets first, but you should really book that package and then really start thinking about the flight. Make sure you watch for it right away, but you don't have to book it right away. Unless you're international, that's a little different. If you are watching from across the pond, hey, just make sure that you are watching those flights as well and that you are booking a little bit further in advance than domestic. Okay, where is my next? Should I use a travel advisor? Well, and I don't want to seem like I'm putting in this like shameless plug, but yeah, you should. Okay. I highly recommend it. Like if you are on that fence, one thing is that you are paying for it whether you use one or not. Disney has a 10% commission fee that we are paid. Travel advisors, secondly, are free for you. Disney again pays us that commission to help you plan a magical vacation for you and your family. And most travel advisors don't charge a fee. If you come across one that does, make sure you know what those fees are for before moving forward with them. But really, if I were to somehow not be doing my passion project anymore, I would use a travel advisor because they are in the know. They will find out information for you and they will do the legwork. So you don't have to be sitting on the phone on Disney, hearing the like Fantasmic music going over and over and over on the playlist. You don't have to be there. You can say, hey, can you find this out for me? And you know what? Travel advisors, we don't know absolutely everything. We have a ton of knowledge, but there are still times like I have to be like, okay, I have to look into that for you, right? And we like to do research. So that's where it's really nice to have basically that planning bestie, whether this be your first trip or your 100th. It is just nice. Like I have reoccurring clients that I swear go to Disney more than I do. My family usually goes 2 to 4 times a year. We live in northern Minnesota, so it is a trek. It is a 3-hour drive down to our Minneapolis, St. Paul, or MSP airport to then go on about a 3.5-hour flight to Orlando. Or if we're going to Disneyland, it's a big trip. Okay, here I have my buddy. It's a big trip. It just is. for us. So we don't go as often as we would like. We are going more than ever before, which is so fun. Anyways, so moving on to our next question. Should we find our next question here, buddy?
Yeah.
What is the average cost, or like how much should I save for this vacation? Really, you can spend as much, go as grand as you want, or be as frugal.
By the way,
My family of 5, we do typically, our trips, I mean, I always find us really good deals too. I mean, times a year and everything. But regardless, we can go as a family of 5 comfortably to Disney World, let's say for a week, for around $5,000. You can do it for cheaper. Okay. I have booked families for like a $3,000 trip, and that's not including their airfare plus, but you can easily do it under that $7,000 range is all I'm kind of more saying. So as far as oh, he's taking over the show. As far as what you are wanting to save, he's supposed to be having quiet time. It's going really well, guys. As far as what you want to save really depends on your personal family situation and what you feel comfortable spending. And again, like I said, you can really, and that's also why it's nice to have a travel advisor, because they can be watching out for those deals. So if you were to put let's say you make a $200 deposit on your package, if there's a deal that comes out after you had booked your trip, your travel advisor or yourself, if you decide not to go through one, can, hey buddy, can you go to rest time, okay?
No, I know I'm gonna go to rest time.
All right. Anyways, they can, or you can still get that deal, which is fantastic. So for example, we have an upcoming Disney cruise, and the 50% off of your 3rd and 4th child passenger, so 18 and under, that was an interesting way to say that, you get 50% off. So we just got like, it was just under $600 back, which was fantastic. That's gonna pay for my husband and I. We're going to be eating at an adults only dining on Shantae on that trip. I'm so excited. And if you are here for more of the vlog type thing, keep your eye out for February. It's going to be great. We're going to be going to Epcot and doing just a really short Disney World visit, and then going on a 3-night, 4-day cruise on the Disney Wish to Castaway Cay. So we're really excited. Anyways, so like I was saying, you can you can always keep an eye out for those discounts, and that can also alleviate some of that price tag, right? Because Disney is not cheap. Just any way you're slice and dice it, and I'm going to have a specific how to save for Disney video. So I'm not going to go too much into how to save with this one, because I just want to be like, okay, I'm thinking about planning. Where do I start? This is that. That's 100% this, but I do want to explain why it's okay to book early, because you can still apply those deals if something happens to come out after the time of booking. I think that's all I was. If I, kind of digressed and forgot what I was talking about there, sorry. I only wrote down my questions and no notes. I'm just like, I'll let myself go on a tangent, and I can go on a tangent. Hot Mess Express right here. Okay. Oh, what is the best time of year for crowd level as well as weather? So for crowd level, September. I know that's probably the worst time for most people, but if you can swing September, weather-wise, it can be kind of iffy because, again, you're in the middle of the rainy season, hurricane season. But that's pretty much, that's a really great time for crowd level. Another time after holidays die down, so end of January, beginning of February, before President's Day weekend is really best for crowds as well as for weather, because it's going to be, well, some people might think it's cooler in Orlando. Typically, weather-wise, you'll still get those 70-degree days. It's going to be nice. Some people think even when it gets into the 60s, it's cold. So it's all subjective, right? I live in northern Minnesota. If it's going to be above freezing, we're happy. Like shorts and t-shirt, we'll be in the pool no matter what temp it is, if it's above like 50 degrees. Okay. So especially when we get into February months, it's like, okay, frozen tundra out here. So we're always grateful. But I do know, like, if you live in the southern states, you know, maybe that wouldn't be the time for you to go, but Disney pools are heated too. So those are really great times, as well as depending on where Easter falls, March can be good, as well as more kind of like beginning to middle of May before you hit that home Memorial Day crowd. So beginning middle of May. I know that's harder for families just as it is like in September, because now you're just going to be getting out of school for summer break for most people, whereas September we have people going back to school. So those can be tricky times, but best for a crowd, like lower crowd levels. And really though, any time of year you can make it work for your family. So just really look and consider like, okay, what's going to work best with your schedule is what I like to tell my clients. I do know those are factors that people like to consider. Trust me, I'm right there with you. Because I'm a teacher, we often go in the summers and we like to go in August, which is just the hottest time to go in August. I'm so happy we are going to Disneyland in August this next year. So I'm really excited for that and going somewhere less hot. What else did I have? I'm just gonna grab my notes so I'm not like awkwardly looking to the side there. I think that's kind of all that I had for this beginning one, because those are just the very basics. If you have a question that you are thinking, make sure you put it down in the comments below and I will add it to the next one. My next one, I want to talk about, you know, what's next. So when you are considering of, okay, I want to go to Disney, and I'm sure maybe you have some of those questions that we talked about here on this video. They're kind of those next steps of, okay, I am ready to book, like, and how that looks when, and I will detail more, what is that Disney dining plan, like I mentioned, or what is a Disney package, etc. Like more, I guess, nitty-gritty details of what it looks like when you decide to book that trip, you're booking it, and different extras that you can add on to that booking, and then what it looks like after you book to right before you go on your trip. So that's the next video, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave it today. If you're sticking out this long, you can be in like my little secret end of the video club. Leave a little mouse or castle for this little first starting Disney video Q&A. I appreciate all of you for taking like this 20 minutes to watch this video. I am so excited for this new journey in 2025 for doing this with you guys, and I hope you follow along, and whether that be for, you know, more knowledgeable content that hopefully you can gain a sense of confidence when planning your Disney vacation for you and your family, or if it's just, you know, you're here for all the vlogs and you want to come along with me and my fam on our trips, whatever that may be. I appreciate you. I hope that you just enjoy this content. So I appreciate getting kind of gushy. This is my first vlog here, or not really vlog, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy days to watch this. And again, secret video club, leave a mouse or a castle. And if you have any questions of just that very basic planning 101, like I've just started, and if you have a question, put down the comments, and until next time, bye guys.